Picture this, waking up to golden beaches and a city skyline that mixes old charm with modern vibes. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, in Victoria, Australia, this is just another day. Whether you're after epic road trips, amazing coffee, or a chance to get up close with some of the world's wildest creatures, Victoria has it all. Trust me, there's a lot more here than meets the eye. Stick around because you're about to discover what makes this place so special. Let's kick things off with Melbourne. Now, Melbourne's not your typical sunny Australian city. In fact, the weather here is famous for being all over the place. One minute it's sunny, the next it's pouring rain. Locals joke that you can experience all 4 seasons in one day. But don't let that throw you off. Melbourne has a vibe that's totally unique. This is the place to be if you're into culture, food, and especially coffee. When I say coffee, I'm talking about some of the best you'll ever have. Forget your basic lattes. Here it's all about the flat whites, long blacks, and the mysterious magic coffee that only Melbourne seems to have perfected. Trust me, once you've had it, there's no going back. While you're sipping that coffee, take a stroll down Hosier Lane. This place is basically an open-air gallery with street art that changes constantly. One day it's political murals, the next it's abstract designs. It's raw, creative, and very Melbourne. You'll find yourself stopping every few steps just to take it all in. But Melbourne is just the start. Victoria's true magic lies beyond the city, and the Great Ocean Road is a prime example. This isn't just any scenic drive, it's 243 kilometers of stunning coastline, where the ocean crashes against rugged cliffs and lush greenery lines the other side. Right in the middle of it all, the 12 Apostles. These towering rock formations have been shaped by waves over millions of years. But there's a catch. There are only 8 left. So, if you're planning to visit, now's the time. Victoria's not all about pretty landscapes. It's also got some of the coolest wildlife you'll ever see. Let's talk about the penguins of Phillip Island. Every evening, these tiny penguins waddle out of the ocean and parade up the beach like it's no big deal, and it's not just a few penguins, it's hundreds. It's one of those experiences that's a bit surreal, but totally heartwarming at the same time. Just imagine tiny penguins marching along while the sun sets behind them. It's a sight you won't forget. If penguins aren't your thing, maybe you'd be more interested in Victoria's slightly more dangerous residents. Ever heard of the eastern brown snake? Yep, one of the most venomous snakes in the world calls Victoria home. But don't worry, they're more scared of you than you are of them. Just watch your step when hiking through the bush. Speaking of history, let's step back in time to the 1850s, when Victoria was the heart of Australia's gold rush. Ballarat and Bendigo were once bustling with miners, hoping to strike it rich, and today, you can still get a taste of that excitement at Sovereign Hill. This living museum lets you pan for gold, explore old mine shafts, and see what life was like back in the day. You might not walk away with a gold nugget, but you'll definitely have some stories to tell. Now, let's switch things up with a little wine. Victoria's Yarra Valley is world famous for its wineries, and with over 70 to choose from, you won't run out of options anytime soon. Whether you're into a bold red or a crisp white, there's a wine here that'll hit the spot. It's not just about wine. The Yarra Valley is also home to some incredible food. We're talking gourmet cheese, artisanal chocolates, and even craft beer. So, if you're a foodie, this is your kind of place. Come for the wine, stay for the cheese, and maybe grab some chocolate for the road. Now, I know what you're thinking. Skiing in Australia. Yep, Victoria's got that too. Mount Buller, Falls Creek, and Mount Hotham are where you'll find Australia's best ski slopes. Whether you're a seasoned skier or just want to enjoy the snow for the first time, Victoria's alpine region has you covered. After a long day on the slopes, there's nothing better than cozying up in a log cabin with a glass of local wine. It's the perfect way to end a winter day down under. But let's not forget one of Victoria's best-kept secrets, the Grampians. This mountain range is an adventurer's dream. It's got everything: hiking trails, rock climbing, waterfalls, and some of the most breathtaking views you'll find in Australia. The pinnacle is one of the most popular hikes, and when you get to the top, you're rewarded with a panoramic view that stretches on forever. If you're lucky, you might even spot some kangaroos hopping around in the wild. Yeah, that's right, kangaroos. Not in a zoo, just living their best life in the wild. But the Grampians aren't just about nature. They're also rich in Indigenous history, with rock art sites that date back thousands of years. These ancient artworks tell the stories of the Indigenous Australians who have called this land home for millennia. It's a powerful reminder that Australia's history is as deep and diverse as its landscape. Now, let's head back to Melbourne for a quick stop at the old Melbourne Gaol. This historic prison once held some of Australia's most notorious criminals, including the infamous Ned Kelly. Today, it's a museum where you can walk through the eerie, cold cells and learn about the tough conditions prisoners faced. If you're into ghost stories, the night tours are sure to give you the chills. It's a little spooky, but it's all part of Melbourne's darker history. So, what's the deal with Victoria? It's a place where city life meets the wild, where history comes alive, and where every corner hides something surprising. From the bustling streets of Melbourne to the quiet beauty of the Grampians, there's so much to explore. The best part? No matter what you're into, food, wildlife, wine, adventure, Victoria's got something just for you.